Nanda Maharaj, he was a great king. But he was humble like a blade of grass. He was no ego. He was simply serving in every way. He was a kinchana gocharam. So this Krishna being the property of those who are in poverty means Krishna is the property of those who don't have that obsession to prove themselves to be better than others, who actually respect others. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we become useless. Humility doesn't mean, well, everyone else is better than me, so let them trample on my head in every way. Because our Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was Trinadapi Sunichena. He was very humble and respectful, but he still fought the war. And he still fought the war to win. He wasn't fighting the war thinking, well, I'm humble, let me just shoot, but Krishna will arrange. With all of his power, with all of his intelligence, he was fighting to win, but without ego. He was doing it for Krishna, and ultimately he knew that I'm ananyas chintayanto mam. We have to do the best we can, but ultimately Krishna's giving us whatever we have. And ultimately we're depending on Krishna. So in this way, Sudarshan is telling that I thought myself superior because they were ugly and I was beautiful. So I ridiculed them. And by their kindness, they cursed me to become the ugliest, most terrible snake crawling on the ground. Quite bitter medicine for a beautiful demigod, and all the demigoddesses are just looking at him with their lotus eyes and saying, oh, you are so nice. And he's flying and he's doing whatever he wants and he's enjoying fine foods and he's living in palaces. And now he's a dirty snake, just crawling on the ground. And nobody with lotus eyes is looking at him anymore, saying, oh, you are so nice. Snakes can't dance very well. He didn't have any house. He was just living in holes in the ground. Yes, and it happened instantly. It's not that, he continued his demigod birth for so many millions of years and then he took birth in the womb of a little mother snake. And then he came out of the little egg and no, suddenly it all a flash. He's Sudarshan, the Vidyadhara, and the next second he's got this snake body. He just doesn't even have feet. Doesn't even. Can you imagine what a culture shock that must have been to you? Really, think about it. If all of a sudden you were a snake, you would want to get up and go to Mangalarti. You don't. All of a sudden, I don't have any feet anymore. And you want to eat something, and I don't have any hands anymore. And to eat, you have to just go and go, and somehow or other catch it with your mouth. That's a culture shock. And all of a sudden, everybody hates you. Yes? Because nobody likes snakes. No humans hardly like snakes. Some do. And animals, they don't like snakes either. And other snakes, I don't know if snakes like each other. Usually snakes are kind of alone, aren't they? It's not like you see flocks of snakes, like you see flocks of birds, or herds of snakes, like you see herds of buffaloes. It doesn't seem that snakes even like each other. What do you think, Ananda Vrindavan? So now he's cursed, and suddenly he's a snake. But he still has the intelligence of a demigod. That's even worse. He has all his past memories. He still has the mind of the Vidyadhara, but he has a body of a snake. Quite an adjustment. But Krishna, he knows everything. He's in everyone's heart. It was by his will that Nanda Maharaj and all the Gopas and Krishna came to that place to worship Shiva. And he started swallowing Nanda Maharaj to get the mercy of Krishna. And ultimately Krishna placed his foot on him. And he realizes how he was swallowed by the snake of his own false ego. And it was only by, and this is an important thing, he was delivered not because he was swallowing Nanda Maharaj. He had this intelligence. He was delivered because Nanda Maharaj called out for Krishna.